So the mainstream media is out to do damage control. See, you and I are not good puppets, right? So we were not supposed to be talking about the drugs with some leaders who were found in a train going or coming back from Ukraine. It doesn't even matter. We were supposed to focus on the so-called ultimatum that some of these EU leaders gave to Putin. However, we messed up big time, and now the mainstream media has to come out and bring us back in check. The mainstream media has been out to try to say, no, this is not true. This is a lie, and these are conspiracy theories who are Russian agents. Because in this planet, every single thing that goes wrong must be coming from Russia. You could be sitting in your own house, right? The roof of your house collapse. You should not blame anyone else but Russia, because some of us have decided that we want to pay attention to what happened in that train between the 3 leaders and some type of powder. All of a sudden, we are all Russian agents who are also conspiracy theorists. So listen to this video of the mainstream media wanting to put all of us in check.
Conspiracy theorists are accusing the French President Emmanuel Macron of hiding a bag of what's been described as white powder. That, of course, is a term that already suggests something illicit. Tell us more.
Well, Mark, this is a rumor that continues to swell on social media. On the night of May the 9th, will begin during a train journey to support Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz were allegedly caught using cocaine. Here you're going to see the movement that they say on the fake claims. Here you could see Emmanuel Macron quickly hiding what they allege to be the bag of cocaine.
It looked to me like a very snotty tissue that Macron was hiding. Maybe that's the truth of the matter, but tell us, what does it really show?
The original video was posted by French broadcaster TF1 on May 10th, where we clearly see that Macron is hiding nothing more than a used tissue on the table. We could see that Friedrich Merz, per the claims referring to him, is actually putting away what seems to be perhaps a coffee stirrer, not a spoon of cocaine for drug consumption, per the viral claims. The Élysée Palace also debunked these claims. They say, with a very clear image, they say, this is a tissue for blowing your nose. This is European unity to build peace. As they continue to say, we must remain vigilant against this type of manipulation.
Indeed. Lies, lies, and more lies. Catalina, thank you very much indeed for exposing all of that.
Right? Lies. They're lying, a whole bunch of liars, right? The mainstream media works for the deep state. The government works for the deep state. So when the government messed up, the mainstream media has to come out and do damage control. So all of them are out, right? The boss send them out and say, look, puppets, go on there and start doing damage control. So let's debunk this whole thing. I'm going to give you 3 things that show when the mainstream media is lying to the core, right? Very first thing is that they never ask for an investigation. First of all, the mainstream media is supposed to be neutral in every single story. But it's very clear that they are partial. And this right there should already bring red flags. When something happens like this, the very first thing that needs to happen is to request for an investigation. Because this is a serious matter. You have 3 world leaders who were caught hiding something that looks like drugs. So let's investigate. These people came out and never asked for an investigation. All of a sudden, they're telling you with assurance that we are lying. That what we saw with our eyes is wrong and that they are the one who are right. This right there is a red flag, and that tells you immediately that they are trying to hide something. You cannot defend something if you yourself don't have evidence that what you're saying is true. We are talking based on what we saw. And they're talking based on what? Nothing, basically, right? We're all watching the same video. We're seeing two people hiding something, specifically Macron hiding some type of white stuff, right? So it looks like something is going on. Their face, suspicious and all of that. Why not ask for an investigation? They didn't ask for it. That right there comes to prove you they're lying. Second, when they want to justify something, they will only tell you that what you saw is not true, but they're not going to explain to you what is true. I'm going to give you the first example. So Macron picks up something white and he hides it. They're telling all of us that it's only a tissue. We say, okay, if what you're saying is true, so why is he hiding it? Why hide a simple tissue? They're not giving you an answer. They only want you to believe that it's a tissue. That's it. Don't ask any more questions than that. I'm going to give you a second example. They say that the spoon or whatever, right, that Merck is holding is simply a coffee stirrer, right? These little stick that they stir coffee, right? Okay, that's what it is. Fine, no problem. Where is the coffee? Please show us where the coffee is, because the only thing we see in this video is 2 glasses of water. Where is the coffee? In fact, don't show us the coffee. Show us empty cups of coffee. And if you want to tell us that they actually removed the cups of coffee, why did they left the coffee stirrer? If they were drinking coffee before and they came and removed it, right? They will also want to remove the coffee stirrer. They're not going to tell you. All they'll tell you is that, oh, it's simply a coffee stirrer. Lies. That's number 2. Number 3, every single time that the mainstream media is telling you that this is conspiracy theory, then you know that they are lying or they're trying to hide something and you are right. That's their game. They call everything that they cannot justify conspiracy theory, but yet they don't give you the right theory or the truth. They're only going to tell you, oh, look, these are just conspiracy theories and there's nothing there. If they cannot explain those 3 things I just told you, then you know for sure they're lying. These people, they used to run the news. We left them on TV, cable TV and all of that. We said, look, you guys have been lying for, it doesn't even make any more sense, the stuff you're saying. Let us go to social media and just start, listening to regular people on social media. They left the TV and ran and followed us down to the social media, opened their account as if what they're saying is different than what they were saying on cable TV. These are still the same liars, the same propaganda mainstream media that always want to make you believe that what you see in your eyes is not true and that they're the only one who have the truth. Those days are gone where you think that every single thing you're going to say, we're just going to swallow it. Thank God most people don't believe your little explanation that you're trying to give, right? What Macron and his accomplices were doing there is suspicious. Don't feel bad if you strongly believe that those people there were doing white powder, because I can bet you that it is not their tradition to be drinking water with sugar and a coffee stirrer.